You are about to fall down, my child, for there is a shadow approaching, heavy and silent, testing the strength of your heart. Yet do not let fear take its place beside you, for I am near, nearer than your breath, nearer than the pulse that trembles beneath your skin. You walk toward the stairs of your home, unaware of what lies beneath the next step, and though the air may grow cold and your balance uncertain, I am already reaching toward you. There are moments when the ground itself seems to turn against you, when the familiar places of comfort shift beneath your feet, but do not see this as punishment, my child. It is awakening. It is the trembling before rebirth. For every descent you fear is only the prelude to a rising you cannot yet imagine. The stairs before you, they are not only wood and stone, they are the measure of your journey between the seen and unseen, between what you believe you control and what I am shaping for you in silence. When you walk, remember me. When your hand reaches for the railing, let it be as though it reaches for my arm. I do not leave those who remember my name in the silence of their heart. The tragedy that seems to draw near is only the echo of a choice not yet made. You stand at the edge of two paths, one of trust and one of forgetfulness. Trust, and the fall will become flight. Forget, and the weight of your fear will make every step heavy. Do not rush. The stairs are steep and the path narrow, but I have made your soul wide enough to hold eternity. The world will shake, and even your home, the place you thought unshakable, may tremble beneath winds unseen. Yet no wind can undo what I have sealed in love. You are not alone in this hour of testing. The light that guides your path is not in the lamps above your head, but in the quiet flame I placed inside you before your first breath. When your thoughts grow loud, when you feel confusion rise like water around your ankles, remember this: storms do not come to destroy, but to reveal the strength of your foundation. I am that foundation. You have only to stand upon me and you will not be moved. Though the step may break, the landing will hold. Though your knees may tremble, your spirit will not fall. Many will not understand what happens to you, my child. They will see only the surface, the stumble, the near disaster, the narrow escape. But you will know it was my hand that caught you. You will know the lesson not as pain, but as awakening. The stairs are not cursed. They are sanctified by your passing, by the humility you will find in the moment of near fall. For only those who taste the edge of loss can truly understand the fullness of grace. You have cried in silence, asking why danger must come to the doorstep of the faithful. Yet faith is not built in the absence of fear. It is built in its presence, when the soul chooses to believe in the unseen strength of my love. So when you sense the danger approaching, when you feel the unseen hand of destiny brushing against your life, do not run. Stand still in your heart. Breathe my name as though it were the only air left to breathe, and you will see that the tragedy you feared has transformed into a doorway of light. You see stairs, I see ascent. You see fall, I see flight. What you call tragedy, I call teaching. What you call loss, I call renewal. The pain that visits your life is not sent to destroy, but to awaken the parts of you still sleeping in comfort. The soul cannot grow in still waters. It must be stirred by the winds of change. Do not curse the trembling beneath your feet, for it is the earth aligning itself to lift you higher. You were not born to live upon one level alone. You are a being of many heights, and each height requires a surrender, a letting go of what you once trusted to hold you. When you step into uncertainty, you step into me. There will come a moment soon when your mind will whisper, "This is the fall." And I will whisper louder, "No, this is the turning." When your heart pounds and fear rises, remember that even fear bows before faith. The stair that breaks beneath you will only reveal the unseen hand that has always carried you. Let not your eyes be fixed on what seems broken. Look inward, where eternity dwells unharmed. For every splintered step I have placed 10,000 angels to hold the air beneath you. You cannot see them, but they are there, in the timing of your pause, in the thought that tells you to wait, in the sound that startles you into stillness just before the danger strikes. Do not dismiss such moments as chance. They are threads of my mercy woven through your days. Listen closely, my child. You must learn to move not in haste but in harmony. Do not rush from one thought to another, one plan to another, one dream to another. Life's stairs are not a race, they are a rhythm, and only those who walk with awareness hear the music beneath their steps. If you learn to listen, each step will become prayer, each pause a communion. Even as you climb, I am below and above, within and beyond. You cannot step outside my reach. There is no corner of your home, no breath of your night, no whisper of your heart that is not known to me. The tragedy that threatens you is smaller than my mercy. The shadow that frightens you will dissolve in the light I send with every sunrise. But you must guard your thoughts, for not every whisper that calls itself warning comes from me. Fear will try to wear my voice, but it cannot carry my peace. You will know me not by the sound, but by the stillness that follows. When I speak, your soul rests, even if your body trembles. When I move, the heart remembers its ancient courage. If you would be safe, then dwell in awareness. Before you ascend or descend, pause, not in superstition but in love. Love for life, love for the breath that moves through you, love for the mystery that holds you upright when you cannot explain how. In that pause, I live. In that moment of still attention, you touch eternity. The stairs of your home will stand as a symbol for the paths of your soul, steep, uncertain, but leading always toward light. Do not dread them. Sanctify them with gratitude. Each rise and fall teaches you how to balance between heaven and earth, between trust and fear, between what you can see and what you must believe. Remember, I do not protect you only by preventing the fall. I protect you also by allowing you to learn from the stumble so that your faith becomes unshakable. A child who never falls never learns the strength of standing again. A heart that never fears never learns the depth of love. So when you look back on this day, you will not see tragedy but transformation. You will bless the danger because it opened your eyes to the constancy of my care. There is no accident in the life that listens. Everything serves, even what seems to threaten. The sharp edge of fear can carve the vessel that holds wisdom. The trembling before a fall can awaken the wings of trust. I have written this into the pattern of your existence, not to hurt you, but to make you whole. So walk gently, my child, not timidly, but with awareness. Hold the railing not only with your hand, but with your heart. Let every step be sacred. Let every breath remind you that you are never unwatched, never abandoned. You are the echo of my eternal intention. Living proof that love endures even in the places where light seems thin. Soon, when the moment comes and passes, you will feel the invisible mercy that steadied your body and your spirit. You will look upon the stairs and remember this: I was there. I am there still. You will see how even the smallest warning, the faintest hesitation, the gentlest whisper in your spirit was my way of keeping you safe, of guiding you toward deeper wisdom. Do not think of me as far above, watching from a distance.
Thank you for watching. If this message brought you peace, please consider supporting the channel via the QR code or the link in the description. May God bless you.
I am the breath between each heartbeat. I am the silence that speaks when all words fail. The world may tremble, the steps may break, but I do not. My presence is the ground beneath all grounds. My child, you wonder why the heart stirs when no wind moves, why a sudden quiet enters the room before an unseen turn of fate, why a thought, light as dust, brushes against your mind and then disappears. These are not accidents of your imagination. They are signals written into the fabric of life itself, gentle touches meant to awaken your attention before louder lessons must speak. I have placed signs along every path of your days. They are woven into your breath, hidden in the timing of your steps, whispered through the patterns of ordinary things. The world is a language, and I have written my care within it. The breeze that pauses before you move, the delay that keeps you from harm, the restlessness that warns you from entering a certain place. These are not coincidences, but the quiet music of protection. To live without listening is to walk blind among miracles. To ignore the inner stirrings of awareness is to turn from the very hand that shields you. For the voice of guidance rarely shouts. It comes as a shimmer of knowing, a pulse within the chest, a moment of stillness that asks you to pause. The signs are not for fear, but for wisdom. They do not come to bind you, but to guide you away from paths that would steal your peace. Many of my children move too quickly to notice. They fill the air with noise, the hours with haste, and the mind with endless thoughts. Yet the signs I send are not found in thunder, they are found in silence. When you slow enough to feel, you will know. The unease that stirs before a wrong step, the comfort that blooms in truth, the coincidence that opens a door just when you are ready. All of these are the language of care. When you do not listen, the lessons grow louder. The mist whisper becomes a raised voice. The gentle warning becomes a circumstance you cannot ignore. But even then, it is not punishment. It is mercy taking a stronger form. Life itself will bend around you to remind you of what you have forgotten, that you are guided, always. To pay attention is an act of love. It is to honor the countless ways the unseen moves through your visible world. Every delay, every detour, every person who arrives or departs at an unexpected time carries meaning. I do not hide my guidance from you. I place it in plain sight, disguised in the rhythm of your days. The problem is not that I am silent, it is that you are distracted. There is a tenderness in every sign, even in those that come wrapped in discomfort. The unease you feel before a wrong choice, the sudden loss that redirects your heart, the door that closes though you longed for it to open. All these are forms of care. For you cannot see what lies ahead, but I can, and I would rather wound your expectations than lose your soul to paths that lead you away from peace. Pay attention then, not with fear, but with reverence. Each moment holds a message. The child who smiles at you in passing, the stranger whose words echo something you needed to hear, the song that plays at just the right time. These are not random. They are reminders that life is listening to you, answering you, guiding you. Even the natural world speaks. The cry of a bird before a storm, the stillness that precedes change, the fading of light before revelation. All creation participates in the great conversation of love. You are not separate from it. You too are one of its voices. There will be times when you question the meaning of a sign. Do not despair if you do not understand it immediately. Understanding often comes later when the heart has matured enough to hold it. The purpose of the sign is not always to explain, but to prepare, to shift your attention toward what truly matters. If you wait with trust, the meaning will unfold. If you dismiss it in haste, the lesson will return, perhaps in another form. For I am patient beyond measure, and I will teach you through everything, through the laughter of joy and through the silence of pain, through what you gain and through what you lose. The signs are the grammar of grace. They link the seen and unseen. When you learn to read them, your life becomes a dialogue with meaning itself. You will no longer wander aimlessly, for you will see purpose written in the smallest details. But you must cultivate the art of listening. It is not enough to look for grand revelations. Begin with the subtle. The way a certain thought repeats itself gently, the peace that floods you after choosing kindness, the tension that tightens your spirit when you stray from truth. These are the instruments through which wisdom plays. Do not dismiss intuition, for it is the echo of your eternal self speaking in the language of the present. It is the memory of harmony, calling you back to alignment. And do not mistake stillness for absence. It is in stillness that the deepest signals arrive. There will come days when the signs seem hidden, when silence stretches long and the heart wonders if it has been abandoned. But even then, you are being spoken to. The absence of clear direction is itself a sign, a call to rest, to trust, to wait. Not every moment demands motion. Some moments exist to teach surrender, to build the patience that precedes revelation. When you resist the silence, you lengthen the lesson. When you embrace it, you shorten the distance to understanding. My child, I have not made the path obscure out of cruelty. I have made it sacred through discovery. The signs are not riddles meant to confuse, but mirrors meant to awaken. They reflect your own readiness to receive what is already within you. For what I send outside of you always echoes what I have written inside. To pay attention to the signs is to honor both the outer and inner worlds. The bird that crosses your path, the dream that lingers after waking, the sudden feeling that asks you to turn back. These are bridges between what you see and what you sense. In ignoring them, you live only half a life. Every soul that listens becomes a light to others. When you heed the quiet guidance, your very presence becomes a sign for those around you. You become the coincidence someone else needed, the word that appears at the perfect moment, the kindness that alters another's path. You become part of the same language through which the universe speaks. And so, do not ask only for signs, become one. Live in such awareness that your choices reveal compassion, your patience reveals strength, your faith reveals calm. Then others will read you as they would a holy text, and they will find hope where they had lost it. To ignore the signs is to live as though blindfolded beneath a sky full of stars. The light is there, but unseen. The guidance is constant, but unfelt. Many suffer not because I am silent, but because they have forgotten how to be still. Look back upon your life, and you will see the pattern, the moments when something stopped you, delayed you, or redirected you. What seemed misfortune then was mercy. What seemed chance was choreography. Each warning was an act of love. Pay attention now, and the need for pain will lessen. For pain is often the teacher of those who do not listen to gentler tutors. When the heart becomes attentive, life no longer needs to shout. The lessons arrive softly, carried by intuition, by timing, by grace. Do not fear missing the signs, for love is persistent. Even if you overlook the first whisper, it will return in another form, through a person, a dream, an event, a word you happen to hear. What is meant for your awakening cannot be lost, only delayed. The key is humility, to admit that you do not always know what is best for you. The proud mind seeks control. The listening heart seeks alignment. When you choose alignment, you open yourself to receive the quiet wisdom that has always surrounded you. Children learn by repetition, so do souls. Every ignored sign repeats until its meaning is absorbed. This is not punishment. It is the rhythm of mercy. I will never stop teaching you, even if the lessons must change their form 1,000 times. When you awaken to this truth, you will begin to live differently. You will move more slowly, speak more thoughtfully, notice more deeply. You will begin to see beauty where others see nothing, connection where others see coincidence. Your very perception will become prayer. The warnings you once feared will no longer frighten you, for you will understand that they are messages of love, reminders that you are precious enough to be guided, watched over, protected. Every sign is an invitation to return to awareness, to remember the unity between your soul and the whole of life. Even your suffering carries signals. The ache in the heart, the restlessness in the spirit, the longing for something more. These are not flaws, but indicators that you are ready for transformation. Listen to them. Beneath every discomfort lies a call to realignment. There is no chaos without meaning. Even what appears random is part of the hidden architecture of purpose. The challenge is not to control it, but to discern it, to find the thread of intention within the weave of uncertainty. That discernment grows through practice. Each time you pause before reacting, each time you reflect before deciding, each time you follow peace instead of fear, you sharpen your inner hearing. Slowly you begin to live guided, not driven, and life, once confusing, begins to flow. Signs are not always gentle. Sometimes they arrive as storms, to clear what you would not release, to shake what you refuse to move. When the familiar breaks apart, remember, this too is a form of communication. Destruction is sometimes creation in disguise. Trust this, I never withdraw guidance. Even in your darkest moments when the signs seem absent, they are working within you. The silence itself is a teacher, shaping the strength you will later need. When you emerge, you will see that nothing was wasted. To pay attention is to live in gratitude. Gratitude sharpens vision. When you thank life for its whispers, you begin to notice more of them. The grateful heart is like clear water. It reflects light easily. The resentful heart is like muddy ground. It hides the stars that try to shine upon it. So cultivate gratitude even when you do not understand. Say, I do not yet see, but I trust there is meaning. This simple trust transforms confusion into faith, and faith into peace. Remember always, the signs are not outside of you alone. They are within you, your desires, your instincts, your intuition, your sudden awareness of what is right. These are not separate from the greater wisdom of life. They are its voice speaking in your native tongue. To ignore them is to silence your own soul. To heed them is to participate in the divine conversation that sustains the universe. You were not made to wander in darkness. You were made to notice. You were made to listen. And when you do, the world becomes radiant with meaning. Nothing is wasted, nothing random. Every tear, every joy, every delay, every meeting, all threads in the great design of your becoming. The more you listen, the less you fear. For you will realize that life has never been against you. The warnings were protection. The detours were guidance. The signs were proof that you are loved too much to be left unguided. My child, open your eyes not only to what shines, but to what stirs quietly in the shadows. The message you seek is already around you, waiting for your awareness to awaken. When you learn to listen, you will no longer ask for miracles. You will see that everything is one. So walk in attentiveness. Live as though each breath might carry a message. Let wonder be your posture, and humility your prayer. Then you will find that every sign, from the gentlest whisper to the loudest storm, is a word of love, spoken endlessly through the rhythm of your life.